What are we doing today, Jack? It's our second full day of vacation and we're starting off the morning with some delicious sauerkraut. If you followed along yesterday, you would have known that I had major stomach issues during a hike and it wasn't pretty, and this morning I decided to eat some probiotics to help with my stomach and settle the bubbling noises. This naturally fermented superfood is really good for your gut health and it was delicious. For breakfast, we're making different types of scramble. We have an egg and shiitake mushroom scramble, and we're also doing a tofu version of that. We're eating that with croissants and tortillas. We bought a ton of groceries the other day, and budgeting and figuring out how much to cook for 10 people is always a wild experience, but I think we did a good job. This is what our Airbnb looks like from the outside. This is a relatively new Airbnb, and everything inside is really nice. I definitely would recommend this to anybody that wants to come to Canmore. Our first hike of the day is at Tunnel Mountain. We were lucky enough to find parking in the upper parking lot, which means that we were able to walk less. My friend was not looking forward to hikes. I told her that if she cried, I would help push her up the mountain, and so she cried. She's a great actress and very good at crying on demand. The views were gorgeous. You'll see us pretty much do 3 to 4 hikes every day on this trip, and honestly, every place that we went to was beautiful. The weather here goes from rainy to snowy to sunny within a matter of minutes, and we came prepared for all weathers and seasons. This is my sister showing us how it's easier to walk leaning back. It's easier on the knees when you're going down a hill. For me, for any sort of hike, I do prefer going up rather than going down. I feel like going down is harder on the knees and your feet. I picked up this really cute pin for BANFF National Park, and next we're taking a gondola ride up to the top of Sulphur Mountain. This was such a cool ride. We went up really, really high. I don't know exactly the elevation, but by the time we got there, it started snowing. So it was kind of chilly at the bottom, but at the very top, it was snowing like blizzard style, snow covering everything. And that was really neat to see that transition as we were going up. We have 2 people within our group of 10 that are deathly afraid of heights, so this was not the most exciting or pleasurable ride for them, but I think overall they did a great job. For a girl from Texas, this is very exciting to see snow in the middle of summer, and I think everybody was really amazed, and the snow set a great tone for the rest of the day. After checking out the awesome views, we went to one of their restaurants to grab lunch, and it was Father's Day, and they had a wall of donuts for Dad. The restaurant that we had lunch at was called Sky Bistro, and it's kind of like new Canadian American cuisine. I would say for what it is, it was okay. My food wasn't the best, but the grilled cauliflower was definitely delicious. I would definitely not recommend the tuna melt. Besides the brioche bread being delicious, nothing else about it was worth writing home about. It's Father's Day and I got a beer for my dad. I guess I was trying to tell him that we're filming and he was toasting us and then asking for more beer, so this is me doing that. I would say overall, the lunch was nice. The views would have been really great, but it was kind of snowing and foggy, so we didn't get to see much. I heard the burgers were really good. I tasted the cauliflower, and it was definitely really good. These are the fattest fries that I've ever had. Those were really good, and they also had a house-made hot sauce that we all really enjoyed. Besides the tuna melt, my friend and I shared a Caesar salad with some additional tuna. The toasted brioche baguettes or French bread baguettes, those were really good, and we also got some dessert. This was some sort of vegan dessert. I don't know what it was. It was okay. I wouldn't write home about that either. After lunch, we decided to walk outside in the snow, and it was so pretty. Definitely worth the cold temperatures and possibly sliding and falling down. After this, we went to Johnson Canyon for another hike for the upper and lower waterfalls. This is a different national park, and as you can see, it wasn't snowy. It wasn't that cold. It did start raining, but we all had rain jackets and came very prepared. This national park was noticeably more busy with lots of tourists. This is the lower falls, and I thought that it was really pretty. There was a long line to go see closer to the lower falls. That line was definitely not worth the wait. This is the upper falls, which was just as cool. For dinner, we went to a Mexican restaurant, which was very interesting for people coming from Texas and being very familiar with Mexican food and Tex-Mex. I think overall they did a really good job. I think they tried their best. The food was pretty good. However, we had like a weird encounter with the GM, and that kind of made things weird and the vibes were off. But our waiter was really good. He was really nice. The food all came pretty quickly, and everything came out correctly. It was just, I don't know, the vibes were off a little bit. Overall, the food was decent. I think the veggie fajitas were kind of lame, but besides that, everything else looked good. It was a long day with lots of walking. I believe this day we probably walked maybe 21,000 steps, lots of elevation gain, and definitely the junky foods at the end of the day felt really good. That's all for today. Stay tuned for tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Okay, bye.